Hello sim racers, Rich D from Rich D PC. I get this question asked often. What do I do when I get a new graphics card? What do I do to set up triples? I'm going to kind of answer all those questions kind of in one video. So even if you're on a single screen, you should listen up. So if it's your first time going with iRacing, or if you just put a new graphics card into your PC, you don't want to just launch iRacing and just have at it. First off, make sure you download the drivers for your graphics card. And this tutorial specifically for NVIDIA graphics cards. AMD cards, you would need to do something different to do the triple setup. It's called iFindy. We're not going to cover that here, but most of it will relate to AMD cards though. So this applies to Windows 10 and Windows 11. This system's running Windows 11. Currently have a RTX 3080. This will work for a GTX 1660, 1650, RTX 30 series, RTX 40 series. So we're going to go to NVIDIA settings. Now you may get a little window that says accept. You want to make sure that you hit accept. Okay, and the first thing you want to do is go to manage 3D settings. Okay, if your graphics card is powerful enough, it all depends on how many screens you have as well. We're going to enable FXAA for sure. That's a really good setting within iRacing. Then we're going to come down to power management mode. You want to change this from normal to prefer maximum performance. 20 series graphics cards, there's different options here. Just make sure you set prefer maximum. You're going to click apply. Here, I just set it to normal, but I just want to show what it looks like. And now I'm going to set it back to prefer maximum performance. Apply. Now, if you have triples, I like to use NVIDIA Surround. Some people don't, and that's fine. But the easiest way is to go to Configure Surround Physics. Check this box if it isn't already. Make sure all three monitors are, in green or in gray, but at least hopefully it shows up. We have triple display ports connected on our RTX 3080. This is an Asus Strix OC. Click Configure. Now it's going to identify the monitor. So it is identified this is panel 2, this is panel 3, and this is panel 1. So let's make sure that these tiles match. Okay, and one's actually over here. It doesn't matter if it's in numerical order. Click Enable Surround. It's going to flash and flicker. It's going to take a little longer than you'd think. We're going to wait for the taskbar just to disappear from the side panels and just remain on the middle panel. That's how you know that this whole process is done. There we go. Okay. If this says disable, that's great. It does. We can X this out. If this says apply, click apply. Usually it does not. Okay, that's that. Now you can just go off to the races, right? You can launch your iRacing member website and just hit test or race, right? No. Well, if this is your first time racing, then technically yes, but you'll want to do what's called a graphics config. All right, so it looks like I have to do an update. I'm going to do the update and I'll be right back. Okay, that was really quick. I guess it was a small update. All right, let's refresh this. So, like I was saying, if this is your first time running this PC, launching iRacing, and you've never done it ever, you can literally just hit test or race and it will launch what's called a graphics config automatically. That's normal. But if you have already used your PC before and you simply just did a new upgrade for a new graphics card, or if you added triples and you had a single before, or if you had triples and you went down to a single, you will want to go to settings, run graphics config, click launch, click auto config recommended, and then click finish. Fantastic. Now iRacing has figured out what graphics card you have, and it has figured out what what panels you have, what resolution, etc. So we're going to launch a session and I'm going to show you a few things. Okay. All right, so now we are in the session. Let's click options. Let's go to graphic. Okay, and if this is your first time coming in here with triples or not, or anything, this is kind of how it should look if you've just done the graphics config. There will be nothing down here. So first off, we are on triple 1440, so that's why you're seeing 7680, because it's taking the 2560 times 3. That's how you get to 7680. 1440 is the vertical. There you go. Fantastic. You should do some research on whether you should be using reflex or not. I'm happy with it. So if you're on triples, you'll want to do this, or even if you're not, you'll still want to go through this because you want to do your viewing distance. So I'm on triple flat screens. They are 27s and they do measure 23.98 horizontally. Okay. And they have a 0.16 bezel. We're going to do, this is called multi-projection and SMP. I currently have my side panels at a 55-degree angle. So we'll put that in. And I'm at a 22-inch viewing distance from the center screen to my eyeballs. Okay, we're going to click compute. There you go, that's my field of view. Okay, now advanced. If your graphics card is powerful enough, you are definitely going to want to click soft. Definitely increases the smoothest. You want to put maybe 40 cars, depending on what type of series you run. I usually run GT series, and I mean we're lucky if we get 25 cars, 27 cars, so 40 is more than enough. All right, I need cockpit mirrors. I need 2 at least. Higher details, I don't need that. I don't need that stuff. Anti-aliasing, that's great. Like I said, we enable the FXAA. If your graphics card can't handle that, just keep that in mind. Sharpening, we can certainly do that. And I'm going to leave distortion. That's a personal preference, and same thing with motion blur. Motion blur looks a little fake, I think, to some. Heat haze is really cool. I do like that. We're going to try that. So that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously you just have to know what your graphics card can handle, but this kind of gives you a rough idea on what to do when you get a new card, or if you get new monitors, what to do within NVIDIA, and then also the iRacing graphics config. Okay, so I hope this helped, and happy racing, everyone. Enjoy.